Going to kick us live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out to North Canyon High School here in Phoenix, Arizona. It is a matchup tonight between the Skyline Coyotes visiting us from the far East Valley out in Mesa, coming up here to North Phoenix to battle the North Canyon Rattlers. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. We also have a member of the former RMTV staff on here with us. Great to see you, my man, as always. We're about ready for kickoff here, Ed, about 5 minutes or so before we get this thing going, and this should be a fun one tonight, especially getting to watch Mr. Jordan Blake do his thing for the Skyline Coyotes.
Yes, sir. You mean the leading rusher in the 5A, Jordan Blake, the young man that's got almost 600 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns. He's the third leading rusher in the entire state of Arizona, so it is going to be exciting to watch this young man, number 24, go to work.
Did you say 600 yards in only 3 games?
Yes. Well, 558 to be exact, so we assume he'll get well over 600 tonight. But
this guy is tearing it up. We were talking off the air. What did you say? He's leading the 5A in
scoring touchdowns, and rushing yards.
Unbelievable. Jordan Blake.
In 3 games, he's got 11 touchdowns. So you would figure that he would be the focal point on offense tonight for the Coyotes, James.
I believe so, and it's going to be exciting as well to see what these North Canyon Rattlers have up their sleeve under head coach Jeremy Deek in his second year with the program out here at North Canyon. So I'm excited. We were out here in 2021 as these same North Canyon Rattlers battled the Paradise Valley Trojans. That was a fun night back in 2021, and this one should be a fun night here as well.
It should. The Rattlers got off to a good start this season. They beat Deer Valley 26-18 in their opener. Over the last 2 weeks, they've lost to Goldwater and Agua Fria in consecutive weeks. So you know, James, they're not looking to get a 3-game losing streak. So they would love to come out here in front of their home crowd, and only the second game they played on this new surface. This is the second game they played here, so you know they love to get a victory, get to 2-2, and feel much better about themselves instead of having a 3-game losing streak.
It is a beautiful surface here at North Canyon High School. Let's take a brief commercial timeout, and when we return, we'll get you ready for the kickoff between the North Canyon Rattlers and the Skyline Coyotes. Stay with us here. Thursday Night Football on the air here on the Epic Sports Network. Kickoff coming up next.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to North Canyon High School here in Phoenix. A beautiful sunset on the western horizon as we get you ready for kickoff here between the North Canyon Rattlers and the Skyline Coyotes. Special shout out to our Epic Sports Network crew here this evening. It's Alexis Weissar up top on our camera on the top of the podium. We've got Jamal Gump here with us as well. Mr. Ed Cole on the other headset, and Adam Beadle producing tonight. He's got a headset on as well, and he'll be chiming me in here as well this evening. Won't you, Adam?
Oh, I guess it would help if I turned them up.
Always got to put in some good invoice. Had a great time calling the game last week out at Dobson High School, and just getting back into the production seat sort of things. Well, seeing James get back there.
Well, I got to get back in this. Yeah, I got to get back in this headset seat over here next to Ed, and it's great to be here. And we appreciate all you folks tuning in here as well. We've also got Dallas and Breck and Poovey helping us out as well here on the Score Bug, so they'll keep you updated with the down, distance, and time remaining here as we get ready for tonight's national anthem.
Before we start tonight's matchup, we would ask that everybody please rise.
Let's turn it over to our public address announcer for that national anthem.
With the playing of the national anthem.
a rousing rendition of tonight's national anthem here on Thursday Night Football. We also shout out Miss Sonia Tejas getting things done for us at the house tonight for Thursday Night Football. Always appreciate her efforts. She also helps us out on Friday Night Red Zone, which we've got for you tomorrow night. That's going to be exciting as well. And but first off, we got North Canyon and Skyline here tonight. North Canyon checking in with an overall mark of 1-2, and Skyline checking in 2-1 overall. It's all about Jordan Blake for Skyline, but North Canyon has some weapons as well. One of those is quarterback Makai Golston.
Yeah, so far 19 of 38, 270 yards through 3 games, and a touchdown. And he's threw 2 interceptions. So let's see what the 6'2", 160-pound senior can do tonight.
We're about ready for the coin toss there at midfield. That gives us a chance to shout out our AIA officiating crew here this evening. Our referee is Mr. Bill Goodlive. Our umpire is Lyman Breyer. Our line judge this evening, Mr. Mark Seidel. Linesman is Romelu Martinez. Back judge Howard Baca. Our side judge this evening is Mr. Michael Bozili. And field judge this evening is Mr. Danny Ross. The North Canyon Rattlers coming out with their gray pants, purple jerseys with the very easy-to-read white numbers, which we always appreciate, Ed. And the white hats there for North Canyon as well. Skyline coming out with the gold pants, white jerseys, green numbers, and then the white helmets for Skyline with a pack on there indicating the Coyotes.
You know, when it comes to uniforms, it's all about the broadcasters. It's all about what we can see and what benefits us, right?
It is. It really is when it comes down to it. No, we're kidding around, but it certainly does help, doesn't it, Ed? Because sometimes we do get those games where you got maybe like a black number with a, or a black jersey with a purple number on it.
Right.
It's a little bit harder to pick out
Yes.
even through the binoculars, but tonight should be fairly easy here for us thanks to Skyline and North Canyon. We are ready to roll. 12 minutes are on the clock. Any final thoughts here, boys, before we get this thing started tonight?
Adam?
I'm just ready to watch Jordan Blake go out, and I think we've seen a lot of great stuff from him this year, and I really expect a lot of firepower, not only from Jordan Blake, but the rest of the Skyline offense. It's going to be fun to watch them go down tonight.
And to piggyback off that, it's going to be on the North Canyon. It's going to be the onus is on their defensive line. If they can get that pressure and try to double Jordan Blake, do whatever they can to get him in the backfield and bring him down. I know that's very difficult to do, but the D-line has got to have a standout night tonight.
We actually had the defensive coordinator up here in the booth with us for North Canyon a little bit earlier, and he was talking about how they've kind of been scheming for that guy, but Jordan Blake not the only weapon that they have to account for these Skyline Coyotes.
And they've got a couple freshmen and a couple sophomores starting on defense for them tonight, so it'll be super interesting to watch how they're able to keep up and slow down this run game from Skyline.
Hey, any given Thursday, right, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Any given Thursday, anything can happen out here. That's why you play, and you got to play all 4 quarters, too. That's the other part of the equation.
And when it comes to North Canyon's defense, I want to see what Isaiah Vasquez can do. He's the number 1. He's the leading tackler for them. He's a middle linebacker, also a defensive end. He's got 19 tackles, a TFL. He's the freshman. You talk about that, Adam. 5'10", 170 pounds. Let's see if he can continue his productive streak on defense for North Canyon.
Dalen Chichester and Aiden Smith back deep to receive for the Skyline Coyotes as we're about ready to kick things off here. From North Canyon High School in Phoenix, it'll be Alex Gutierrez to kick this thing off. And we're about ready for some Thursday night football for you here on the Epic Sports Network. We're so glad you joined us, and we hope you are buckled up for a fun night of high school football. The sun has set in the western sky, the ball's in the air, and it's fielded at the 5-yard line. Here he comes across the 20-25, weaving his way through traffic, and finally brought down near the 30-yard line. Aiden Smith with a nice return there, and the Coyotes should have pretty decent field position to start this football game.
It really is all about field position. What you can do starting off, if you get really good field position, as you mentioned, James, that's less field for you to have to drive down and get a score.
Exactly right. Every little bit helps as quarterback Randy Branton comes out onto the field here for the Skyline Coyotes. This young man getting it done as well from the quarterback position. How about this? 41 of 60 for 552 yards for Branton so far, a touchdown, and a 102.9 QBR for Mr. Branton.
He is pretty good.
The Coyotes open the ball game, 1st down and 10 from their 30-yard line. A tight bunch. Branton rolls out, goes to the air right away. He's got a target. It's complete at the 45-yard line. That is Timmy Bancroft on the reception. The 6'2" junior going up top and high pointing that football for a big Skyline pickup.
That starts with offensive line protection, which Branton had, allowing him to roll out to the left, just roll, wait and buy some time before Bancroft got open. Brenton just lofted it over there. That's his 12th catch of the season for Bancroft.
Michael Simcox in the backfield. Correction, that is Jordan Blake. He gets the call on the misdirection. He weaves his way through traffic down to the 30-yard line. He goes. Stopped on the play there by North Canyon's number 45, Joshua Jaffe. Jaffe's 5'11", 220, the senior, playing nose guard here for the Rattlers.
It is going to take a defensive committee to stop number 24 because he is that good. 3 straight 100-yard games. We talked about him ad nauseum in the beginning. 11 touchdowns, almost 600 yards rushing for number 24.
He rips off a 9-yard gainer there for the Coyotes. They break the huddle with one receiver to each side for Branton. Out of a double wing, they hand it off to Blake up the middle. Across the 20, a stiff arm at the 15, finally brought down by a host of tacklers for North Canyon, led by Adrian Montgomery, number 32 there on the edge. And as you mentioned, Ed, it's going to be a long night for this North Canyon defense if they're not able to get up underneath the offensive lineman's shoulder pads and get some kind of push into the backfield.
Mark Gray Perez, number 77, Julian Camacho, and we'll get some other numbers, but that offensive line is getting some major push against that Rattlers defense.
2 to the top, 1 to the near side now for Branton on 1st and goal. He gives it to Jordan Blake one more time. Up the middle he goes. He's still on his feet inside the 5-yard line. And there was a host of purple jerseys in the area. Colin Ferris among those in on the stop for Skyline, or for North Canyon. My mistake.
Down around the 4-yard line.
Down to the 4 it goes. 2nd and goal now for the Skyline Coyotes. Branton fakes the handoff, but Blake went the wrong way. Branton's going to call his own number and into the end zone for the touchdown. Randy Branton was expecting the handoff on the opposite side of the field, and the 6'3" senior put it in his own hands that time and got across the goal line for the first score of the night.
Fantastic job by Branton, not getting rattled by the fact that that play was broken. It did not work, but Branton said, okay, as you mentioned, I'm going to call number 5. I'm going off left guard and left tackle. He just takes it, scoots around that left side, and gets into the end zone. Great thought process inside of his head to say, okay, my gosh, this play broke down, but I've got to make something happen, and he did.
Damian Chavez on for the PAT with 9:48 remaining here in our first quarter. The visiting Skyline Coyotes 7 and the North Canyon Rattlers 0. We'll take a short timeout and return for more Thursday night football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona High School football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
A touchdown scamper for Randy Branton puts the Skyline Coyotes on top 7-0 with 9 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here in our first quarter as we welcome you back to North Canyon High School in Phoenix. How about that gorgeous sunset there in the distance as we are just inside the first quarter of action here in this matchup between the Rattlers and the Coyotes. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside Mr. Ed Cole and Mr. Adam Beadle. 9:48 remaining here in our first quarter. And the Coyotes marching down the field in a hurry, courtesy of that big-time pitch and catch from Randy Branton to Timmy Bancroft, and that really got things going on that drive for the Coyotes.
It did.
This ball fielded near the 24-yard line, covered up there by Colin Ferris. So the Rattlers are going to go on offense here now for their first time this evening against this Skyline Coyotes defense. So we will see what Coach Jeremy Deek and the boys have up their sleeve for this Coyotes D.
On Instagram and Twitter by following Rattler Athletics Instagram and their Twitter handle at NCHS Rattlers.
First down and 10, North Canyon from their own 25-yard line. Makai Golston from the shotgun. He hands it off, and he is swarmed immediately as he gets the handoff to Adrian Montgomery.
No gain on the play.
getting in there for the tackle. They gang tackle Gabe Tapia, their leading tackler, and Julian Camacho, the defensive lineman, and the linebacker come in to converge and get that tackle on Montgomery.
A loss of 1 on the play, so this will be 2nd down and 11 from the 24. As he'll now go under center, an offset eye here. They motion one over, a boot, and the ball's on the turf. The Skyline Coyotes have recovered. Ball's on the carpet, and number 82 on the recovery, Alexander Cook for Skyline. And just like that, the Coyotes back on offense deep with a short porch now here against the Rattlers.
Javon Herod just couldn't get that handoff from the quarterback, from Mekhi Golston, and that forced the turnover and the recovery by Skyline in great field position as the Coyotes take over again for their second possession, James.
8:58 remaining here in our first quarter. We're so glad to join us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Next week, we head south to Cienega High School, home of the Bobcats. That's going to be a fun one. That'll be the McClintock Chargers and the Cienega Bobcats next Thursday night from Vail, Arizona. Branton now from the shotgun. Play fake. He flips the hips, now goes the other way with it. It's almost complete on the edge. Dalen Chichester was the intended target, but it just simply fell out of his hands on the far side over there.
And that's a catch that number 0 should have made. Branton got away from the pursuit from Adrian Montgomery, got out to that right side. He saw number 0 open. Chichester?
Chichester.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
How's that? 8:51 remaining here in our first quarter. 2 receivers to the near side now for Branton. Once again, Blake flanked to his left. Jordan Blake is going to get the call off right tackle across the 15, stays on his feet, forced out of bounds inside the 10. A host of tacklers over there, Diego Parra among those on the far side there for the Rattlers. It's going to take, as you mentioned, Ed, team effort all night long here on defense for North Canyon.
It is, but the offensive line for the Coyotes is so strong. Mark Gray Perez, number 73, number 54, Jackson Telef. They're just blocking. They're so strong up front, allowing number 24, Jordan Blake, to get to that outside, to the right side, and get the big run.
First down and goal here for Skyline. Blake now from the tailback position. He's got a head of steam, and into the end zone for the score is Jordan Blake. His first touchdown of the evening, his 12th touchdown of the season for Jordan Blake. Number 24 getting it done from the tailback spot there.
That was an easy run for him. Just straight up the middle, straight up that A-gap. His offensive line just parts the defensive line, allowing number 24 to get through easily for the score for his 12th touchdown, as James mentioned.
Such a great young man as well. We had a chance to have him on the Epic Wings Thursday Night Football schedule release show back in June. Had Coach Schiermeyer bring a couple of the fellows out. Brandy Branton and Jordan Blake were joining us. And great to visit with those guys as well. 14-0 here. The Coyotes on top of the Rattlers. 8:23 remaining in our first quarter. Let's take a quick timeout and return for more Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona high school football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is...
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network. We're so glad to join us. 14-0 with 8:23 remaining in our first quarter. The Skyline Coyotes on top of the North Canyon Rattlers. Adam has got some scoring updates for us. Adam, take it away, my friend.
A lot of great games going on around the state of Arizona tonight. Catching up on just a few, Veritas Prep with a 7-0 lead over Shadow Mountain. Desert Mountain with a 7-0 lead over Cactus early in the first quarter. Saguaro with a 7-0 lead over Shadow Ridge. And that's what we got so far here tonight.
Again, folks, if you're just joining us, Skyline up 14-0. Jordan Blake with his 12th touchdown run of the season, putting them up 14-0. Randall Brenton started off the scoring with a touchdown run of his own, starting off with a long pass play to Timmy Bancroft, putting them in great field position. So right now, 14-0 Skyline.
Branton with his first rushing touchdown of the season for the Skyline Coyotes, as now the Rattlers getting some positive yardage there. A 2-yard gain on the play there,
Gain of 2.
courtesy of Adrian Montgomery. Getting it done there for the North Canyon Rattlers. Montgomery with 132 yards on the season. He's averaging 6.9 yards a carry. Also has a touchdown as well. And he's ripped off a 49-yarder so far here in 2023. A gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 now. They send one in motion now, does North Canyon. The ball's on the turf after a bad snap. It's still loose, and now it's going to be recovered by none other than number 24, Jordan Blake. Add a fumble recovery to that young man's tally sheet for the season. And, wow. How about Jordan Blake?
The Rattlers are already down 14-0, fellas, and they turn the ball over. Two drives, 2 turnovers. This could be nothing worse than a horrific start for North Canyon. And now Skyline again gets the ball in field position in North Canyon's territory, 35-yard line. Skyline's already rolling, James, but they're rolling even stronger now.
And, folks, our apologies. Ashton Brown is in at quarterback tonight for North Canyon here in this first quarter. My mistake. I was looking at that 9 and thinking that was not a 9. 7:35 remaining here in our first quarter. As Branton and the offense now back on the field from the Rattlers 35. He goes to the air right away. They go for the kill shot. It falls incomplete. Damian Achu in there in coverage for North Canyon, and Dalen Chichester was the intended target for Skyline. Branton trying to go to the air right there.
Great coverage there by number 2, Achu, to stay with the wide receiver the entire way and just get in there. When the ball came down, he was there to knock the ball away. Great coverage there from the cornerback.
Outstanding job on the back end there for the Rattlers. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 now for Branton and the Coyotes. Out of a strong right. They hand it off to Jordan Blake. He's got room. Out across the 30-yard line he goes. Stopped on the play that time by Colin Ferris for North Canyon. And a nice pickup right there once again for Skyline.
Very nice pickup there for Blake. Strong and shifty. Just follows his offensive line, follows that right guard, and follows that right tackle. He sees the holes. He gets right through there and gets some positive yards. 3rd and 4 on the 29.
Jackson Talef right there with a great little edge pull there to kick out that defensive end on that time for the Skyline Coyotes. 3rd down possession play here for the Coyotes. They hand it off to Jordan Blake, and he's going to get a full head of steam across the 20 and finally force out of bounds inside the 10 by North Canyon's Alex Serrano, the 6'1", 150-pound senior, doing some work on the edge over there for the Purple Squad.
You know, you can plan and scheme and try to do what your best to stop a guy of that talent, at that caliber level that Jordan Blake has. But when he's determined and his offensive line is blocking for him and he gets past those guys, gets into that second level of the defense, he is doggone near unstoppable.
He is indeed. Good stuff there from Jordan Blake. Now they're knocking on the door once again here are the Coyotes. Branton to the air, into the end zone for the score. A pitch and catch, Randy Branton out to Jordan Blake, making it look easy, guys.
Give love to that offensive line. Again, giving Branton all the time in the world to sit back and survey and find Jordan Blake wide open out there on the right side. He just throws a very accurate throw. He catches it for the TD.
Give some love to that O-line, Ed. As you mentioned, those guys really getting it done. I mean, Jordan Blake can't do this without those huge holes up front from those big fellas. Damian Chavez on now for the PAT. It's down. The snap is up. The kick is good. Our score, 21-0 with 6:42 remaining here in our first quarter. We'll step aside, take a brief timeout, and return for the Epic Sports Network.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors. Tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona high school football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
Folks, welcome back. 6:42 left in the first quarter. It's all Skyline so far, 21-0. It's been the Jordan Blake show, also the Randall Branton show. Branton's got a touchdown run, Blake's got a TD run, and Branton to Blake for a pass touchdown, making it 21-zip.
Ball's on the carpet one more time, if you can believe it, folks. On the kick. We will confirm here in a moment. Now you have some North Canyon Rattlers signifying that they have the football, as you see a number of Skyline coaches, and Skyline has recovered. Yet again, inside the 35-yard line. The ball rests at the 33 now of the Rattlers. So Skyline going back to work here on offense, and another short porch.
Unfortunately for North Canyon, they're making it easy for Skyline so far in the first quarter. 3 turnovers, two on an offensive possession and 1 on a special teams play.
Tough to swallow there if you're the North Canyon Rattlers. 6:38 remaining here in our first quarter. Branton now back to work from the 33. He rolls out to his left, fires. It's complete. And an immediate tackle there by Alex Serrano. Once again, Chichester on the reception for the Skyline Coyotes. And you take a look at Chichester, he's got 4 receptions for 51 yards coming into the night tonight, and he's adding to that total here this evening, Ed. A gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9 upcoming here now for the Coyotes. Ball spotted at the left hash. He's going to have Alexander Cook motion over now. And they're going to go with a trips right here for Randy Branton. Once again, he goes with the fake. He's got blockers. Jordan Blake across the 25-yard line, finally drugged down there by Colin Ferris once again. And Ferris has got about 5 solos here tonight for North Canyon so far.
Yeah, they're putting up some defensive numbers only because they've turned the ball over, and they've got no offensive positioning because they turned the ball over, and their defense is trotting back out every time.
North Canyon doing the best they can to slow down this Skyline offense, but it's just not working right now. Skyline's just pushing through and has continued to push through, and we're only 7 minutes into this first quarter.
21-0 here in our first quarter as the Skyline Coyotes right now rolling. Branton once again with a first down. They move the chains. They send one in motion. He's going to roll out. He loves that bootleg. Goes to the air. He's got a man inside the 5-yard line one more time. Dalen Chichester, 6'1", 180 pounds, a large target, a tall target out there for Randy Branton.
Wow. Again, Branton with that offensive line, they're getting no pressure on him. He's able to just be back there in the pocket and just look around and find who he wants to throw the football to. He's got all day to sit back there, run to his left, run to his right. If he stays back in the pocket, if he wants to stay stationary, he can do that, James, because that O-line is so strong for them.
Exactly right, Ed. Inside the 5-yard line once again. We've said this a couple times here tonight. First down and goal for the Skyline Coyotes. Branton gets the play call. He communicates the same to Jordan Blake, and we're ready to go. They line up in a wing left. One receiver to each side now for Randall Branton. Jordan Blake accelerates and into the end zone for the touchdown. Did you see him put his foot in the ground right there and say, that end zone is mine? Once again, Skyline punching it in here. 5 minutes and 17 seconds remaining, and we're still in the first quarter.
What a dominant offensive performance so far. And we've got 5:17 left in the first quarter, James, and it's 27-0.
You are not kidding, Ed. They run on another player, does North Canyon, number 13, and unfortunately, of course, I don't have him on the roster.
Of course not.
I was going to give that young man some love right there, trotting in there on the special teams unit as we prepare once again for Damian Chavez to kick the PAT for the Coyotes. We'll give you some other scores here again from around the valley when we return from this upcoming commercial break here after the PAT try. And penalty flags on the play. That could be a delay of game situation. It is offsides, and now we have another penalty flag. That's going to be a frustration flag, we like to call that right there.
Flags on the field.
No doubt a little bit too much jawing down there on the field. 5:17 remaining here in our first quarter.
Doing the math, Jordan Blake is up to 13 touchdowns in his first 4 games of the season. That's unbelievable.
Now, I'm no mathematician, Ed, but that's about 4 a contest for Mr. Blake. Trying to get himself one of those Ed Doherty medallions is what Jordan Blake's trying to do out here tonight. After we discuss things here, we will get ready to once again set up for the PAT unless they're going to go for it. Oh, they're going to go for it here. No, they're going to go and kick the PAT. Now they're going to go under center.
I think they're going to go for it.
Sure looks like it. Oh, now they're going to set up for the PAT. Here we go. All right. What do we call that, Ed? Trickeration? Is that what they call that?
Yeah.
It can be done on special teams as well, right? It's up and good. 28-0. The Skyline Coyotes leading the North Canyon Rattlers. 5:17 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll step aside. Quick commercial timeout and return for more Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network.
About a member of the game tonight, football cheer, band, or dance line.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network. Skyline with a 28-0 lead over the North Canyon Rattlers. Catching you up on some of the scores going on around the state of Arizona. Veritas still with a 7-0 lead over Shadow Mountain. Pinnacle with an early 10-0 lead over Horizon. And Saguaro jumping ahead 13-0 over Shadow Ridge.
Back to North Canyon we go. It's the Rattlers returning it across the 40 now. Finally brought down at the 42-yard line. A nice return there for Alex Serrano. On the stop for the Coyotes was Jackson Sasser, the 5'11", 155-pound junior. Also getting a little special teams action in there for the Coyotes.
At this point, the Rattlers will take anything to get their momentum, to get their excitement back in this game because they have lost. They've been hit, it's been like a sledgehammer to their chest, being down 28-0, and we're still in the first quarter. So anything like this can get their confidence just back a little bit, James.
So now we'll see what they do here. Ashton Brown under center. He'll hand it off inside and immediately met by a host of Skyline defenders. Gabe Tapia among those in there for the Coyotes. The 6', 200-pound senior linebacker laying the lumber right there for the Skyline Coyotes.
Yes, sir. Coming to this game, he's number 1 on their roster as far as tackles. Came in with 34 tackles, 30 of them solo, 7 TFLs, a sack, and a pass defense. He is a box score stuffer.
I see that. My goodness. How about the stat line right there for that young man? A timeout on the field.
Timeout taken on the field.
So we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. You are watching Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us, and we will welcome you back to North Canyon High School in just a bit.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors. Tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona high school football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
Slightly under 5 minutes left in the first quarter, 4:47 to be exact, 28-0. Yes, 28-0. Skyline is up on the homestanding North Canyon Rattlers.
Now they hand it off far side. Here go the Rattlers, and they can't get out of the tackle. That was Javon Herod on the carry for North Canyon. And he was stopped almost immediately that time by Dalen Chichester.
Chichester, also number 10, Sean Saxton. Defensive back came up there to also converge. He's a 5'11", 160-pound sophomore.
Put down a TFL for one of those guys right there on the stat sheet. This will bring up a 3rd down and 12 here for North Canyon. From the shotgun, they'll operate out of a wing right. They hand it off, and then right in the teeth of the Skyline defense one more time. And I tell you what, there is just so much run-through up front right there for Skyline.
You know, it's hard for Adrian Montgomery to try to run it up the A-gap when immediately number 8, Gabe Tapia, is back there to get him. You really can't do anything as a running back when you've got a 200-pound linebacker already back there in the backfield after you, and he's got you wrapped up.
And he's in your kitchen before the ball almost gets back into the quarterback's lap. 4th down and 15 now here as they'll punt it away. Back deep to receive Dalen Chichester for Skyline. We're going to get it right here before the end of the first quarter, I promise. An end-over-end roller coming near side now. It's going to take a little bit of a Rattlers bounce inside the 40, and it'll trickle down to the 36-yard line. So that's where Skyline will take over once again here on offense. Do we have any other scores from around the valley or maybe some scoring updates we can give them, Adam?
Well, it seems that Skyline is a bit ahead of the game right now than everyone is, as far as score-wise. We've still got Saguaro sitting with an early lead at 14-0. Veritas now jumping to a 14-0 lead over Shadow Mountain. And Pinnacle now entering the second quarter still with their 10-point lead over the Horizon Huskies.
How about that ALA Gilbert North game out there that our other guys are broadcasting tonight? How's that one going?
No
Scoreless?
score reported yet in that one, so
All right.
we'll have to do some deep diving and see if we can get a score for that one.
We'll keep our eye on that one as we go forward. 2-by-1 on the outside now here for Randy Branton as they break the huddle. 1st and 10 Coyotes from the 36. Play fake, far side, and Chichester wasn't quite ready for it. They faked the inside give there to Jordan Blake and tried to go up top real quick on the little swing pass to Chichester, but he wasn't quite ready for the football.
Yeah, Branton was trying to hit him, as you mentioned, on that right side, but Chichester did not turn around fully to see where the football was coming. He was still running his route, about to turn around, but he was a little bit late on his turn.
Two to the top, one to the near side now for Branton. On 2nd and long, play fake, he goes to the air. Once again, Chichester was stock blocking right there and not expecting the football. Great stock block, though. I'll give him that.
It was a great block, but
he had that guy locked up, and he wasn't going anywhere.
I don't know if he anticipated that the ball was coming his way, but as you mentioned, that was a heck of a block by Chichester.
Will they go to the well one more time? What do we got out there, gentlemen? Is that like a Tesla rocket taking off in the distance? What is that?
What is that?
That's got to be.
Yeah,
Look
get a
at
picture of that. Send that to Sonia and have her tweet that out. What is that?
I don't know, but your camera probably get a better picture of it than me.
Have you ever had a rocket launch on
a Thursday night football game? No, but we're going to have Alexis get some of that here in just a minute. INT for the North Canyon Rattlers. Alex Serrano right there. How about it, folks? Pick for North Canyon. That could be a little bit of a spark there for this Rattlers football team.
It could be. I think Branton was looking for Michael Simcox, the wide receiver. But you know who saw it? Alex Serrano saw exactly where he was going, jumped right up there and made the catch. Great interception by Serrano, as you mentioned. Get North Canyon back in the game with a turnover of their own.
We'll see if we can get you a shot of that rocket launch. See if you can get out there in the distance and zoom in on that just a little bit. You can see the vapor trail there, I believe.
That's whatever that is. That's cool.
That had to be one of Elon's boys taking off out of Fort Lauderdale there, I would imagine, going up into the night sky. I've never seen that with my own eyes, and much less on one of our broadcasts here. So thank you, Elon, for that, and all the fellas and ladies over there at SpaceX. I didn't have that one on the bingo card here for tonight. Twins to each side now for North Canyon. They hand it off, room to run, and a nice gain there, about a 5-yard clip there for Adrian Montgomery. He seems to be the bell cow here for this Rattlers offense.
Yeah, coming into the game, 19 rushes, 132 yards, a touchdown on defense. As a defensive end, he's got 10 tackles, 4 TFLs, and 3 sacks. So he's one of those really good two-way players, James.
One of those ATHs we like to talk about, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
2nd down and 5 here. I wonder if my boys over there know that that's what that is in the sky over there. I doubt it. 3 to the near side now. They hand it off, squirting out of a tackle and across the line to gain for the first down.
Montgomery at the carry.
Once again, Adrian Montgomery getting loose and starting to rev up that engine here for this Rattlers.
Okay, they are starting to rev that engine up there. The Rattlers are looking good on these last 2 runs by Montgomery. So they have to just continue to string along plays as they get a first down as we come up to about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Skyline up 28-0 over the North Canyon Rattlers. Adam, this is a big drive for North Canyon if they want to try to get a score and at least get on the scoreboard before the first quarter's over.
Absolutely, and on Skyline's side of the field, they're ready to go on 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Hands it off out the middle for a nice little short gain.
You know, when you're working with real professionals, that's what you can do. 2nd and 9 as we're under 2 minutes remaining here in our first quarter. North Canyon across midfield, I want to say, for the first time this evening.
Yes, absolutely. The last couple of drives, they've turned the ball over, so they have not been over across midfield. This will be a big confidence builder if they could continue to drive down, James, and get into the end zone for a score.
It will indeed. 2nd and 8, looks like. They hand it off, and then in there in the backfield in a hurry for Skyline.
Skyline done a great job so far tonight pressuring the quarterback.
Absolutely.
I believe that was double nickels, 55 Polita in there on the stop for Skyline, but there's always a couple white jerseys in on most defensive plays here at North Canyon tonight. 3rd down and 10. 45 seconds and counting here in quarter number 1. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Ashton Brown. False start is the early indication.
False start called against the Rattlers. We'll back them up 5.
So the 5-yard penalty will make it 3rd down and 15 now here as they're sitting right at the midfield stripe.
And that's definitely what you do not want to do if you're the Rattlers and you're down 28. You don't want to go back 5 yards. You've already gotten some really good momentum so far in this drive with some really good runs from Adrian Montgomery. You want to continue to build upon that, not go backwards. Ashton Brown gets the snap, looks around, rolls to his left, tries to get around, avoid some pressure, and he just throws the ball away. Pressure by number 69, Ethan Dunn. He's coming to the game with 1.5 sacks, the defensive lineman, 6'1", 200-pound junior. So great pressure by number 69 to get to Ashton Brown and force the incompletion, and a 4th and 15 for North Canyon.
Definitely not what North Canyon wanted to see on this drive, getting the turnover and then being past midfield, backing up because of the sack.
Right.
Not what you want to see.
No, not exactly. When you're coming to the end of the first quarter, you want to try to, as we mentioned, drive, get down there, potentially get a score, whether it's 3, 6, 7, just something to get on the board to feel good about yourself. But you went backwards, and now you got a 4th and 15 and you're punting.
You heard the Skyline coaches up here in the booth. Peter, get away from that thing. That ball finally comes to rest at the 48-yard line, so that's where Skyline will take over, 52 yards away from pay dirt. We've reached the end of our first quarter here on the Epic Sports Network. 28-0, the Coyotes over the Rattlers. Stay with us. More Thursday Night Football to come here on the Epic Sports Network.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN.
We welcome you back for quarter number 2 here on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football between the North Canyon Rattlers and the Skyline Coyotes. It's all Coyotes thus far, 28-0 here. James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Now the Skyline Coyotes working left or right on your screen. We got a penalty flag, and we got a helmet off there. So that could be possibly a face mask. We'll have to see what the laundry is on the field there. Just inside our second quarter from North Canyon High School.
Whenever you see a flag pop out and it's an offensive play, you always, what's your first assumption? Holding or false start?
Or fault, yeah, or procedure penalty.
Yes, illegal procedure or something like that.
But when it's a later flag like that, it's typically the hold. So we got an injured player down the field, so we'll go ahead and step aside and take that injury timeout with them. You are watching Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network. More to come right after this.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors, tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona high school football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and
We welcome you back to North Canyon High School here in Phoenix. 28-0, the Coyotes on top of the Rattlers. Injured player able to get up under his own power. Now it's Jordan Blake once again on the scamper across the 20-yard line. Down near the 15 he goes.
Just looking through the binoculars, you watch the way Jordan Blake runs the football. He's patient. He follows his blockers. He's right behind Jake Brown, his tight end, number 45. Number 45, he follows him. He kind of pushes him. And he's like, keep going. I'm right behind you. Keep running. Keep blocking for me. I'm running.
You like that, don't you? How
Yes.
he kind of feels that guy blocking in front. Which way is he going to go? And then I'm going to go the opposite way. Look at that. Breaking tackles Jordan Blake further into the end zone for the touchdown. I think he broke about 3 tackles on his way to pay dirt there. And Jordan Blake with his second touchdown of the night.
Blake was not his third rushing touchdown.
Third touchdown of the night.
Blake was not.
No, 2. 1 receiving, 2 rushing. Thank you so much. Jordan Blake, as usual, filling up the stat sheet here at North Canyon. This guy is something special, folks. On for the PAT one more time, Damian Chavez.
Yeah, so that's 3 rushing for Blake and 1 receiving.
Unbelievable.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, he's going to get that Ed Doherty award.
He's got
at this rate.
4 tonight, you're saying.
4 touchdowns, yes. Am I right, Adam?
Is it too early to call our Burrito Express player of the game?
I mean, it could be too early, but right now, Jordan Blake is making himself a nice case for that. We're going to have that young man up here in the booth on the post-game show. So that'll be fun. If he continues his worldly ways here at North Canyon. The PAT is up and through. 35-0 here with 11:02 remaining in our second quarter. And the theme tonight is Western Night. So you see everybody having a great time, and the cheer squad under the direction of Coach Diana, she was up here in the booth a little bit earlier getting things ready audio-wise here for her squad tonight. And they're doing a great job here on Western Night, entertaining the fans. And I tell you what, these Skyline Coyotes entertaining everybody, especially the folks watching at home. And we thank you for tuning in here tonight on the Epic Sports Network. So far, all Coyotes.
He is as good as advertised. Coming in, the number 1 rusher in the 5A, 3rd leading rusher in the state, leads the 5A in touchdown scoring and rushing. Jordan Blake is absolutely everything that we thought he would be.
And we got a scoring update here. The Cactus Cobras getting on the board with a 25-yard touchdown reception by Nico Boncourt. The PAT snap is bobbled. The attempt is no good, so it's still a 7-6 Desert Mountain lead over Cactus with 11:06 left in the second quarter.
Adam, perfect update right there, my man. Outstanding stuff. Back deep to receive. North Canyon's ready for the football. It's a short hopper, and it is covered at the 30-yard line by number 17, Colin Ferris. And Ferris, the most active player, I would say, here tonight for this North Canyon Rattler squad, especially on defense and special teams.
I would agree with you.
11:01 remaining here in our first half. 35-0. The Coyotes coming all the way from 60 and Chrisman to join us out here tonight.
Okay, James, so if you're head coach Jeremy Deek, what are you telling your guys right now? You're down 35-0. What are you telling your guys on the sidelines?
Well, it's tough. You want to try to make the most out of the game regardless of the score. It's all about the reps at this point. And some of this game for North Canyon tonight might involve some of those even younger players getting in and maybe getting their first varsity action of their lives here tonight.
Yeah, because we talked to the defensive coordinator for the Rattlers. He said it'll be a lot of freshmen and sophomores that are playing in this game tonight, getting them, as you mentioned, some really, really quality reps right now. I don't know if it's quality right now. You're down 35-0. But as far as your career is concerned, that's quality.
Every rep at the varsity level is a quality rep.
It is, regardless of the score.
It doesn't matter. 2nd down and 9 here. They swing it out. It falls incomplete. That almost was a live football there for a moment. Once again, Colin Ferris now getting in offensively here into the mix for North Canyon. And right now, Ferris really being a dude here for North Canyon.
Yeah, coming into this game, 3 catches for 25 yards for Ferris. He's one of those two-way players. Again, a lot of two-way players in high school football, of course. Plays cornerback and tight end. He is a 6'1", 170-pound junior.
3rd and 9 here. Possession play here for North Canyon. And quarterback Ashton Brown, as he checks the wristband, gets the play call into the offense. Brown getting his first start of the season for Coach Deek. 3-by-1 on the outside. He goes near side. It's intercepted. Chichester on the interception for Skyline, weaving his way down on the far side, down near the 20-yard line. He's going to be inside the 25, and once again, Skyline with outstanding field position deep in Rattlers territory.
Great job by Chichester being right there where Ashton Brown was looking. He was looking for a wide receiver. Clearly did not see Chichester right there. Otherwise, he would not have thrown exactly to him. But, yeah, just great coverage there by number 0. He's right there, catches the interception, gets them down to the 23-yard line. Yet another turnover for North Canyon.
Chichester, a senior, 6'1", 180. Not only a big target on offense, but able to get in there and jump that route on defense and get an INT for the Skyline Coyotes. Now the ball rests at the 23-yard line. First down and 10 for Skyline. Branton now from the shotgun. He's flanked to the left there by Jordan Blake. Out of a wing left. Play fake. Branton's going to go to the air. And the ball falls incomplete. No, it's intercepted for the touchback. Number 4, Alex Serrano with the interception in the end zone. And that'll be a North Canyon Rattlers touchback. What an athletic play there for Serrano.
It was tough for Branton to throw in a double coverage like that. He had the confidence that his wide receiver was going to bring it down, but that's great coverage there by Serrano and one of his other secondary mates, one of his brothers, to get back there and cover that wide receiver. Serrano gets up, picks off the football. North Canyon needed that desperately. They could not afford to give up another touchdown.
Guys, how many times did we see that exact same play right there in the NFL, that fade route, and you could see how tough it is to really complete that football into double coverage, and not an easy feat.
You see it on all levels of football, in college, high school, NFL, all over the place. Listen, you've got wide receivers who can go up and make that catch, but sometimes the defenders just come in too strong and get either break it up or get that interception.
That's what happened right there. Now we got a procedure penalty here. Offsides assessed to Skyline. So that'll be a free 5 yards for North Canyon. And, hey, the best yardage is free yardage, right?
Absolutely. Especially when your offense has done nothing so far in the first half. 5 yards, you'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll take up to 100 yards free if you could get it.
You better believe it. 2 by 2 on the outside now for Ashton Brown. They hand it off. And that is Alex Garcia now getting in the tote.
Alex Garcia with the
Garcia,
carry.
a freshman here, and looking like he's got something going here in the running back department here for North Canyon.
Garcia trying to get to that left side, but number 21, Emmett Caldwell, the linebacker, 5'6", 155-pound junior, was right there to bring him down, to not let him get any further than where he got.
Second down and 3 after the 2-yard gain. 2 by 2 on the outside once again for Ashton Brown. Offsides one more time as the linebacker trying to stunt up into the A gap right there for Skyline, and jumping the gun there just a little bit, Ed.
5-yard penalty.
They just got 10 free yards in the last 2 plays.
And 10 yards equals what? A first down. That's
right.
exactly right. Any way you can get it, you will take it. Ball at the 33 now. Ashton Brown's going to run it himself into the traffic. Across the 35-yard line he goes, and he'll gain 3 yards of his own on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 here as the clock winds with 9 minutes and some change remaining here in the first half.
Smart play by Ashton Brown to look around and see that all of his wide receivers are covered. He didn't want to force the issue. So you look around, he's looking like, where can I throw to? I don't have anybody. Okay, I'm going to run up that A gap. I'm calling number 9, and I'm going to get some kind of yards, 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, as you mentioned here, for the Rattlers. Brown hands it off. Javon Herod gets the call.
Herod with the carry.
And I believe that was Chichester on the stop there for the Skyline Coyotes. No surprise we're calling that name again.
Saying a lot to Dalen Chichester. Really, really good play. Just when you thought Herod may be able to break that off because he got that ball and he was off in a hurry. But Chichester was right there and said, no, you're not going anywhere, fella.
And he was trying to keep those legs turning too. I love the effort on that play right there.
Yep.
From the running back Herod.
Nice run, but even better tackle by Chichester.
3rd down and 6 here for the Rattlers. Sounds weird saying Rattlers again, doesn't it, Ed?
I know.
Number 32 across the 45-yard line. We're not too fond of saying that word Rattlers here in Wranglers country. No. Joshua Jaffe on the scamper that time for North Canyon. And once again, the Rattlers moving those sticks. Adrian Montgomery was the ball carrier that time for the Rattlers. My mistake. A nice gain out to almost midfield. The ball at the 48 now.
North Canyon's got to continue to build on that. You've got two penalties that gave you 10 more yards. We've got another rushing attempt right here.
Here's Montgomery again. Once again, he's running a little high, but he goes through the traffic. Still carrying the pile is Adrian Montgomery. And the Coyotes finally able to bring him down right at the line to gain. They are signifying yet another North Canyon first down.
And his ability to run high like that just shows how strong he is up top. He's going to challenge anybody to come stop him up top with his upper body strength, and he's still able to churn those legs, also showing his lower body strength by the ability of all those white jerseys to grab him, and he's still trying to drive ahead, James.
So imagine when he comes in there with that optimum pad level, hitting that line at full speed, it is going to be a car crash.
Yeah, forget about it.
1st and 10 now for the Rattlers. Brown hands it off. Joshua Jaffe. Jaffe also plays a little nose guard as well there, 5'11", 220, and he's a load.
Down to the 39
Jaffe and Montgomery are going to continue to have to be the load if they're going to continue to be that 1-2 running punch for North Canyon as they continue to drive down the field at the 39-yard line, finally in Skyline territory.
2nd and 7 here as the clock hits 7 minutes remaining in our first half.
Nice move.
Nice job there by Alex Garcia. You saw the decisiveness there, Ed. You saw him find the hole. He found the opening and then hit the Jets. Very nice run there for Garcia.
Yes, it was a really good move for him. Good run.
A gain of 2 now. 3rd down and 7 here. Or 3rd and 5, excuse me. From the 37. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Next week, we will be coming to you from Pima County, the McClintock Chargers and the Cienega Bobcats. We return to Cienega once again. We were there in 2021 for Sow Point and Cienega. That's when we got to see Mr. Elijah Rushing as a freshman that year.
Yes, we did.
And now you know what that young man's up to. He's going to head down to the University of Arizona. Oh, he was a sophomore that year. You're correct. 2 years ago, he was a sophomore. He's a senior this year for Coach Eric Rogers and the Sow Point Catholic Lancers.
Lived up to his namesake, didn't he?
Oh, my goodness. Sow Point's turned out a couple running backs, I hear, over the last couple of years. One of those gentlemen had himself a day last Sunday out there for the Dirty Birds.
Yeah, he might be the starter for the Atlanta Falcons or something
is
like
he?
that. Not exactly sure, but I think that's what I saw.
He might also be a 2-time back-to-back Ed Doherty Award winner as well, Mr. Bijan Robinson.
Yes.
Also getting me an incredible amount of points in fantasy last week. So
Bijan is nice.
Thank you, Bijan.
He is nice.
Man.
What a talent.
3-by-1 on the outside now for Brown. Shotgun snap. He comes near side. Complete on the bubble screen there to Damian Achu. Sean Saxton on the stop that time for Skyline.
Textbook tackle there by Saxton. Achu gets the catch, and Saxton's right there to bring him down. Just wraps him up and brings him right down.
3rd down and 9 here. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Alex Garcia in the backfield for North Canyon. As we have a timeout on the field called by those North Canyon Rattlers. So let's give you some more scoring updates here from Mr. Adam Beadle.
All right, jumping around across the state, Pinnacle jumping to a 17-0 lead in the second quarter over Horizon. Push Ridge Christian Academy with a 21-0 lead over Catalina Foothills, looking to continue their undefeated season. ALA Gilbert North with a 28-0 lead over Paradise Valley. Mr. Cody Cameron's out there at that one. Veritas Prep with a 21-7 lead over Shadow Mountain. Thunderbird, we had them here on the Epic Sports Network, up 20-8 over Glendale. And Desert Mountain jumping to a 14-6 lead in the second quarter over the Cactus Cobras.
Now, 14-6, that sounds like my kind of football game right there. That sounds like a defensive slugfest.
Yes.
And a couple little big plays made there to put some points on the board, but after that, right back to that defensive juggernaut. 35-0 here with 4:53 remaining in our first half. It's kind of funny, gentlemen, how prevalent Thursday night football is nowadays, isn't it?
It is. It's not just in the NFL.
That's right. And we'll have to see what that game's all about as well. A game there between the Eagles and Who's playing tonight in the NFL,
Minnesota.
gentlemen?
The
Eagles
Vikings.
and the Vikings. That's right. So I'm sure Adam will dial that up for us here in a moment as well.
Eagles with a 27-21 lead over the Vikings with 6:30 left in the fourth quarter.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness. So keep us apprised of that, Adam, as we go here.
Let me pull up that box score.
I know a lot of you.
I was about to do that same
A lot of
thing,
you
Ed.
folks, I'm sure, have opted out of that NFL game to watch our game here on the Epic Sports Network, and we certainly appreciate you doing that.
Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdowns. Wow, 284 on the road.
Or maybe you have us on the small screen. Either way, it's fine.
Devontae Smith 4 for 131 and a TD. That kid Justin Jefferson, he's pretty good, right?
You know what? I
9
think
for
Justin
129.
Jefferson is pretty good at football.
Oh,
How about that throw right there? Trying to go up top. Trying to connect with Diego Parra was Ashton Brown. Well covered that time by who else? Dalen Chichester.
that's exactly what I was going to say. Just great coverage there by Chichester.
Tonight's one of those nights where you find the football and you find Dalen Chichester. 4 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in our first half.
Skyline defense holds right there.
Great job there
Yeah.
by Skyline.
North Canyon was moving the football, but when it really came down to it, James, when they had to buckle down in their own territory, that's exactly what they did.
Ball sits at the 31-yard line now for Randy Brandt, and flanked to the right there by number 4 now, who's going to get the tote, Aiden Smith, and he's off to the races. Smith across the 40, into plus territory they go, all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Number 17, Colin Ferris.
So Ferris rips off a 32-yard run right there, just like that, for the Skyline Coyotes, coming in relief, I want to say, at least for now, of Jordan Blake, who looks to be maybe on the sideline getting a little bit of a breather here.
When you've already got 4 touchdowns in the game,
Yeah.
James, you got to give 24 a break.
And you know what else? You don't want to get him injured as well on some play in a 35-zip ball game.
And you just say
as
that
he
there
goes
he is.
off to the races now, inside the 10, finally forced out of bounds on the near side by
Goodness.
Diego Parra. And I guess we haven't seen the last of Jordan Blake after all here tonight.
I guess not.
My goodness.
We've talked about how good Justin
five's
Jefferson
a
is at
nice round
football.
number,
We've
right?
talked about Bijan Robinson. Got to talk about Jordan Blake. This kid is good at football.
And you know what? Jordan Blake has got those Sunday-type thighs as well down there, Ed. You can
Yes, he
see
does.
him even from up here in the booth.
He's got that Sunday talent.
He does, indeed. He's got that low center of gravity as we watch him go back to work here on first down and goal. He's going to get the call. Jordan Blake once again lowering the headgear there and moving the defense backwards. Oh, my goodness. Down to the 1-yard line it goes. And Jordan Blake asserting his will on that run right there for the Coyotes.
Absolutely. Again, give more love to Jackson Telef, Josiah Palata, David Parra, Mark Gray Perez, this offensive line, Julian Camacho, and anybody else they towed out there to block for Jordan Blake. These guys are putting in work tonight.
They
love
are.
the way this offensive line is pushing.
Getting a push. There's Jordan Blake into the end zone for his 5th rushing touchdown of the evening. Fourth rushing touchdown. That's right. He has a receiving touchdown. How soon we forget.
They all just kind of pile up and run into each other, don't they, when Blake gets a score?
So that's Jordan Blake's 15th rushing touchdown of the season.
Absolutely, yes.
In 3 and not even a half games.
Yeah. My word.
I have a feeling that this might not be the first time we have these 3 very talented football players in the same conversation. Jordan Blake, Justin Jefferson, and Bijan Robinson. Am I right? We might be some years away from that, but it could happen.
It's a pretty good place to have your name mentioned in.
Yes.
42 zip here at North Canyon. 3:16 remaining in our first half. We'll step aside, take a short timeout, and return for more Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout!
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun! Greatest workout!
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive.
3:16 left in the first quarter. Skyline's up 42-0 on North Canyon as North Canyon gets the kickoff return, James.
Nice job there, Ed. I didn't quite have my headset back on there. As we will see as they unpile the bodies there. Number 21, Emmett Caldwell on the stop there, the 5'6" junior. As you mentioned, Ed, he plays a lot bigger than 5'6", 155, does that young man.
Yeah. You look at it when you're preparing on Max Preps, you look at these numbers and like, oh, that's a little guy. But he plays much bigger than his size.
He sure does. The Rattlers back on offense here now. And we've had a lot of action out here, guys. We had a rocket launch a little bit earlier, and it's been an entertaining first half, to say the least.
There may have been a rocket launching in the distance, but we've got a rocket launching on this very field.
That same exact thing.
Yes.
It's firepower, as I said before the game.
Ashton Brown now with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Flanked to the right there by Alex Garcia. Garcia gets the call, lowers the shoulder, and crosses the 25-yard line out to the 27. A gain of 2, bringing up 2nd down and 8 as the clock approaches 2 minutes remaining here in our first half.
And according to the Skyline coaching staff, we are now currently under a running clock because it's 42-0.
You're right. We are under the AIA running clock rule. That means the clock will not stop even on a turnover on downs, change of possession, all that fun stuff. But we got a halftime for you first, folks. Garcia now once again on the call for North Canyon, and he is swallowed up there by that Skyline defense. Among those, Gilbert Martinez and Brandon Santa Rosa in there on the stop for the Coyotes.
Also, you can throw number 21, Emmett Caldwell's name out there, also in there on the tackle.
You got to love that if you're Coach Scheremeyer, seeing the defense swarming to the football and trying to figure out who exactly made the tackle. What a great problem to have.
And you know what? They could care less. They could care less about numbers. They just want to make plays. That's what really good football players do. They make plays.
Very true. They hand it off. Jordan Blake in there for the stop on defense. And you know what, Ed? I think I just heard that he's driving the bus back to East Mesa tonight, Jordan Blake. He does it all for the Skyline Coyotes.
Is he driving the bus back, Coach?
I know he's buying Culvers. I heard that from the assistant coach up here in the booth, so he's got to follow through on that. He's got Culvers for the whole team is what I hear. After 5 touchdowns, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
At least for the O-line, those guys are going to be hungry.
Wow. Jordan Blake is an impressive athlete.
He is indeed. 4th down here as they're going to punt it away. Chichester back deep for Skyline. A little 9-iron will check up at the 43-yard line and stop there by Damian Achu. 17 seconds remaining here before the half.
Think Skyline will just kind of kneel it down and take it to the half?
I believe so.
With a 42-0 lead?
And then we'll give you some more scores here as we get ready for halftime.
Coach says no.
10 seconds remaining here in our first half. We'll see if they are able to get this one last playoff. And that sound will indicate the end of our first half.
That's the end of the first half.
Skyline Coyotes 42 and the North Canyon Rattlers 0. Halftime festivities coming up next here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. More fun coming your way from North Phoenix's North Canyon High School after these commercial messages.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
Once again, let's hear it for your very own North Canyon Rattler Regiment. As they leave the field, we'd like to announce the winner of the marching band blanket. The winner tonight is Jerry Vasquez. Jerry, you can claim your blanket down by where the band sits in the bleachers. Next up on the field, we're going to welcome the cheer team.
Sit on the bus, stomp your feet, start clapping, got a real... Sit on the bus, stomp your feet, start clapping, got a real good feeling, something better than happen. Let's go, dear.
Got a little boom in my big truck, gonna open up the doors and turn it up, gonna stomp my boots in the Georgia mud, gonna watch you make me fall in love. Get up on the hood of my daddy's tractor, up on the toolbox, it don't matter, down on the tailgate, girl, I can't wait to watch you do your thing. Up on the farm, kind of way back, ain't nothing no cookie boy became. Early to rise and early in the sack, thank God I'm a country boy, me too. Because life never did me no harm, wait till your family and bring it all along. We're all good with anything that's hard, thank God I'm a country boy, me too.
Now I gotta cut loose, Sunday shoes, please, Louise.
Let's hear it for your North Canyon cheer team. And up next here, please welcome to the field the North Canyon Dance Line.
All you hit chicks, Dixie divas, and you southern girls, all you in there, let me hear you yell. Shout it out, everybody in the house. Stomp your feet, clap your hands, come on, kick it with the band. We're all about the kitchen, we don't mind the thing. We got this one condition down. We like it loud, we like it funky. The party will be driven, we like it till we love it. I'm not here. We're gonna stay proud. We love our country and we like it now. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Once again, let's hear it for your dance line, cheer team, and the band. Thank you so much.
love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back here on the Epic Sports Network. It's halftime between the Skyline Coyotes and the North Canyon Rattlers, 42-0. The Coyotes leading the Rattlers. We're pleased to be joined now by North Canyon cheer coach Diana Nichols, who you just got to see her squad perform out there. They did a fantastic job. Just tell us a little bit about your group and how much fun you guys have out there entertaining the fans here at the football games.
Yeah, absolutely. We have our country western night tonight, so the girls did a country theme routine, which is really fun. We have 3 different teams here at North Canyon. We have our JV squad, our varsity squad that comes to all the home games, and then we have a competition team. We're super excited. This is our first year trying to compete to go to nationals, so we're trying to go to California. We're excited about it.
That is cool. Coach, how much input do you get from your girls when it comes to these kinds of routines? Is it just you, or do you give input from the ladies and you kind of put it all together? How's that work?
Yeah, great question. So mostly it's like with Stugo, we want to try to make everything a unit, right? So we want to work with the band, we want to work with dance. Eventually we hope to have a mascot, and everything should be cohesive in like one unit. So today we did like a Western country type of routine, and the girls definitely had input. They're excited, so they veto stuff. They're like, not that thing, but yes, let's do this thing. So all the time. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Ed and I do a lot of high school football. We do also do arena football as well, and we appreciate what you guys do because you come out there, and we talk about it all the time. You work just as hard, if not harder, than the football players. You're out there practicing every day. Tell people what set up a typical week for a dance cheer squad and what you guys go through Monday through Friday, leading up to a Thursday or Friday night football game.
Totally. So we do practice 5 days a week traditionally. Again, we have 3 teams across our entire program. So, and this is also just cheer. We also have dance line here. So there are 4 teams total. We do practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day?
Yeah.
The football team doesn't even practice for 3 hours. Wow. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then...
Did you realize that?
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
Okay,
I thought
go
they
ahead.
practiced. No?
Well, due to collective bargaining, I don't think they can practice 3 hours.
CBA,
Go ahead.
Yeah, and so then on like Wednesday, Thursdays, or Fridays, we have games. The days that they don't have games, they usually, like, we'll do weights or we'll do studies. And then on Saturdays, when we get closer to competition season, it's super busy. So we'll do Saturday practices as well. So, yeah, I would say most competitive programs cheer 5 to 6 days a week. Yeah, it's fun.
For you, Coach, how many different routines do you have in the can that you can bust out on any given Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, so cheer is a year-round program. That's a great question. So we cheer all year long. We cheer for basketball. It's a year-round sport. It's the only sport that is like year-round. I know, like, our track team is phenomenal. Football probably doesn't take breaks. Like, so a lot of teams practice all year, all season. But after basketball, we don't take a break. We do tryouts, and then we train all summer. So this summer they trained, learn new skills, and learn 3 routines. So then we're like ahead of the curve of like football because it gets so busy and so crazy. Every week we're like learning a new routine because we have to. Our philosophy is like this is what we do all week. So we got to perform.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys elect captains and all that sort of thing as well, right? How does that all work?
Yeah, great question. So our captain is like a team vote. So anyone who's interested in, I want to say like trying out for captain, they have to give a speech, and then we also get buy-in from administration. So administration has a vote,
of course,
coaches have a vote, and then overall team vote is like majority vote. So, yep, we have 2 captains this year, 2 seniors, phenomenal leaders on the team. Yeah.
And I love your coaching style. You're like, if something's doesn't go right in the routine or they're slacking in practice, you make them run.
Yes,
You're serious about your job, aren't you?
I sure am. I'm super passionate about it. Yeah, so we have like a pregame. We spend hours walking on this field, making sure that from each step is the right way. And I was up here playing pregame music, and they were like a little off, and so I had to run down there and tell them. We count laps every minute that they stand there and don't do anything. So we don't handhold or micromanage them. They need to initiate the cheers and the crowd involvement. And every minute on the football clock on the scoreboard that they're not doing anything, they run. So yeah, they're going to be running on Monday.
Yeah, so hopefully there hasn't been too many laps counted here tonight, but maybe a few, right? Maybe. We don't know.
And folks, let me tell you, Coach Diana, she works. She's up here. She's on the iPad.
Yes.
She's working through the Bluetooth issues.
Yeah.
She's making sure the songs are right. She's on the phone with her girls.
Down there, yes, with them on the sideline.
She's in constant communication. So this young lady is up here working.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Doing a great job. Diana Nichols joining us here on the halftime show as we're about ready for the second half kickoff here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. More Thursday Night Football second half between the Rattlers and the Coyotes when we return.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Boom.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again.
To North Canyon High School here in Phoenix, our second half is underway as the
Devon Hurd with the return brings it up to the
Skyline Coyotes, I believe, will be going back on offense here. Correction, that's going to be North Canyon now back on offense as we see Ashton Brown trot onto the field. Special thanks to Diana Nichols, the cheer coach, joining us here from the North Canyon Rattlers. And Ed, as we talked about, an integral part of the whole high school football experience.
Of course, it's all about the entertainment value and what you can bring outside of, in addition to what you see on the football field. But so to have Coach Diana and her girls and her guys out there continuing to perform at a very high level, that's exciting.
It is indeed. Rattlers off and running here in half number 2 across the 45-yard
Adrian
line.
Montgomery with the carry.
And that is number 32, Adrian Montgomery, kind of picking up where he left off from half number 1. He had a couple nice runs there in the first part of this ball game.
He really did play well. He played very well. As you mentioned, some really good plays, and he made some really good contributions. So now you can't get 42 points in one play. So North Canyon just has to play after play, drive down the field, and continue to build that momentum back.
Second down and 3 now as they hand it off once again to Montgomery. He's across midfield. A host of tacklers there for Skyline, led by Richard Aguiar, the 5'10", 215-pound senior, getting in there and starting that gang tackle process for the Coyotes.
Yeah, and you've seen the Coyotes do that all night. It's not one guy that just comes to a rusher or a wide receiver, providing North Canyon can get the ball to a wide receiver, but whoever they get the ball to, it's multiple players, not just one player that's coming after the guy with the football.
Yes, indeed. The ball now at the Skyline 49-yard line.
Big first down. First and 10, as you mentioned, on the 49.
Big time first down there, and they're moving the chains. Actually, now it's going to be Skyline football.
Oh, it must have been four downs.
That was fourth. My mistake. Okay. Brandon and the boys back at it. This is JB Jordan Blake. Across the 45 down to the 43-yard line he goes.
There's
Blake.
This
guy, unbelievable.
I mean, he's got you and I flustered. We're just talking over each other's words, but he just continues to pick up where he left off and where he's left off in the first 2 games leading into this game.
Absolutely. Second down and 8 now. Or second and 2, correction. I'm still going the other way here. The Coyotes working left to right on your screen. 42-0. We mentioned it. We are under the AIA running clock rule, so this should be a pretty swift second half. Jordan Blake still on his feet. Once again, he bounces it outside. And the one that was able to finally knock him off those feet was Javon Herod. And Herod's making a couple nice plays on defense here tonight as well for the Rattlers.
You talk about the motor that Jordan Blake has. I would compare it to a Ferrari engine. That thing, once it gets revved up, it is almost impossible to kick down into a lower gear.
And speaking of that Ferrari engine, he hasn't even really shifted up past third here tonight, it doesn't seem. So
not really.
If he's able to get up into some of those high gears, I can only imagine what he can do in the open field. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Branton. They shift one over now. Branton, play fake. Blake gets the call. He runs into some traffic and burrows his way down to the 30-yard line. Finally brought down on the play by number 99 for North Canyon.
And Skyline dealing with a running clock. That doesn't matter. Wasting no time. Already moving the ball down the field very well. Looking to get inside the red zone.
Of course not.
Isaiah Vasquez checks into the ball game now for North Canyon.
They're going to continue to come at you, whether it's a running clock or it's a standard clock.
2nd down and 5. 2-by-1 on the outside here for Branton. He'll get the shotgun snap, put it into the belly of Jordan Blake, who's got a blocker on the edge. He cuts it upfield and brought down finally at the 20-yard line.
I just want to mention that it doesn't even look like Jordan Blake's running full speed right now. And that's the surprising thing. And I think it gets to a point where, you know, you're up 42-0. At what point do you kind of just easily pull the plug out?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got an injured player on the field. We'll take that injury timeout with him. You're watching Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network. 8:16 remaining in the third quarter. Come on back to North Canyon right after this.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona High School football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors, tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on
Damian Achu was the injured player for the Coyotes as they throw it over the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. Timmy Bancroft, right down the seam it goes, and Skyline just increasing the lead here now 48-0 with the PAT pending.
Brandon gets the snap back there in the pocket, watches Bancroft get open wide over the middle, and he fires that football to Bancroft. Bancroft secures the football, gets it with both of his hands, gets into the end zone for the score. Great throw from Branton and greater catch by Bancroft for the score.
Damian Chavez now on for the PAT.
They're pretty good this year.
Chavez has a number of points here tonight.
They just beat Dobbs.
49-0 with 8:05 remaining in the third quarter. Some other updates on scores from around the valley.
Yeah, some schools at halftime, some schools getting going in the third quarter. Pinnacle still with a 17-0 lead over Horizon in the third quarter.
Interesting.
Ayala Gilbert North, a 42-0 lead over Paradise Valley at halftime. Veritas Prep with a 28-14 lead over Shadow Mountain in the third quarter. Desert Mountain with a 21-6 lead over Cactus in the third quarter. This game, if Desert Mountain can win, will be huge for them in their hopes to make the open division. Saguaro having a bounce-back week with a 27-3 lead over Shadow Ridge in the third quarter. and a Thunderbird 34-8 over Glendale at halftime.
Boys, I'm glad you mentioned that open division there, Adam. Stay up on your mic there for a moment. Your thoughts, as I hear a lot of talk this week about, do we really still need an open division with no one really kind of rising to the cream of the crop there in the 5A, and it's all about right now at least the 4A and the 6A, but obviously the 6A carrying the bulk of the load for that open division.
You know what? I like to think that I may have accidentally started that argument this week. I posted out my top eight on Twitter, and it went crazy. Carter brothers were like, "No 5A teams, this is ridiculous," and everybody seemed to have some of their issues. Of course, the teams that were in were like, "Oh, I love this. This is great." I dropped my open division rankings earlier this week. Only included 6A teams, but I think that, although there may only be 6A teams, and last year we saw ALA Queen Creek come in the 5A team. The year before that, they were a 4A team that came in. I think what we're seeing is it's not necessarily about your school's enrollment size, and it's exactly what we've seen with Saguaro for the last couple of years, where they've just kind of grown their program, even though their school's enrollment size is a 4A level. I think that whole thing about what's your school's enrollment is kind of going away of more of what kind of guys can you build up, and what kind of group of men can you come in and play the game of football.
Well, Herod on the return there for North Canyon as we're back to live action. The ball at the 41-yard line now for the Rattlers. And you mentioned, Adam, a lot of it has tied to enrollment, but I think it should be something tied to the number of guys you have coming out. But it's hard to always tell that from year to year, and there's really no way to formulate that. So maybe that's why it hasn't ever been done.
And that's another thing, too. Like, do you then base the other team's schedules coming in the next year based on the size of their roster? So you'd have the bigger teams with the bigger rosters playing each other, and less of those games where, it could be this, where Skyline has a bit more players on their team than North Canyon does, and you've got a 49-0 lead with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And we are exactly right there, my friend. 7 minutes exactly remaining here in the third. 2nd down and 10 now for the Rattlers. Brown goes far side, complete at the right hash. Aiden Smith on the stop there for the Skyline Coyotes.
Brown's pass complete to Nico Keenan.
Keenan on the reception there. Keenan Burke on the reception for North Canyon. And that'll be a 5-yard gain, or 4-yard gain now. 3rd and 6 upcoming here for the Rattlers.
That was a good catch by Keenan Burke. He got the ball, tried to do a little inside move to try to get some more yards, get a little bit closer to a first down, 3rd and 6.
Brown now stands at the 40. He's got the shotgun snap. He's going to go to the air. He's got a receiver. It's intercepted at the 20-yard line. Going far side with it now, still on his feet. 30 now picking up speed across the 40-yard line. That is Michael Simcox on the INT right there for Skyline. Stopped finally on the play by Javon Herod, but we have a penalty flag on the play.
Ashton Brown was looking downfield. The throw was short, allowing Michael Simcox to play the role, play his wide receiver, and he's knowing that it's coming up short, so he just kind of stops and slows down, knowing the ball is coming right to him, and his wide receiver, the guy he's covering, is already down the field, so he's got really good position for that INT.
Great defensive position there, but we'll have to check the laundry on the field.
What is the laundry about?
We will check with our referee tonight, Mr. Bill Goodlive.
Is that a holding call?
Holding is the call there against Skyline, so that is going to negate the nice return and INT there for Michael Simcox, and that'll give some free yards to the North Canyon Rattlers.
Well, it looked like a disastrous play actually turned out in their favor for North Canyon. They get the yards, they get that interception wiped off the board.
I agree. Talking about an unfortunate turn of events there for the Skyline Coyotes. But nonetheless, they will rise back up here on defense.
Yeah, Skyline, okay.
Oh, Skyline did get the INT. Okay, so it was after, it was post-interception. Post-possession play foul there. So now, once again, on the scamper this time for Skyline is Aiden Smith. Mason Davidson now in the quarterback, the freshman for Skyline.
And they just fumbled the ball away.
Rattlers will take over.
And the Rattlers will regain possession of the football as I'm trying to get the the quarterback change in there. And so now North Canyon back on offense here from the Skyline 40. As the clock continues to wind, 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Okay, that was a crazy couple of plays, a couple of sequences, turnovers for North Canyon. Skyline gets it back. They turn the ball over. Now North Canyon gets the ball back in Skyline territory.
It's been a long night. It's been a long night, Ed.
Yes. Luckily, we're under a running clock.
Into the ball game now for North Canyon, Angel Jones, 5'10 senior. 3x1 on the outside now for Ashton Brown. Brown's going to go far side, complete at the 40. Room to run. A nice gain down to the 30-yard line.
Brown's pass is complete to Colin Ferris.
Colin Ferris on the reception that time for North Canyon, and Skyline's Krishawn Thomas on the stop for the Coyotes.
Yeah, nice completion from Brown to Ferris. Ferris just gets out there on the right side, out there in the flat. He sits and waits for Brown to see him. Brown sees him, makes the completion. He's up the field. 2nd and 1, gets 9 yards on that pickup.
Nice gain there. 2nd and 1 upcoming here. Clock winds with 3:25 and counting. Brown checks the sideline. 2x2 on the outside now. He's got a blocker that stays in. The pocket stays clean. He goes to the air, and it's in there for the touchdown. How about it? North Canyon's Diego Parra on a beautiful ball through the Arizona night sky from Ashton Brown, and now we've got a penalty flag on the play after maybe a little bit too much jawing there in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll probably call it unsportsmanlike on that one. But when you're down 49-0, you don't need to jaw if that's against North Canyon. You're down 49 points. What do you have to jaw about?
That's very true. That's very true. 3:06 remaining here. As we
unsportsmanlike called against the Rattlers after the touchdown.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, so the touchdown will stand.
They'll assess it on the kickoff, I'm sure.
So on for the PAT now for North Canyon, it'll be Alex Gutierrez. Out of a hold from Alex Layla, number 13. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good.
6-point kick is up and good. Brings our score, Skyline 49,
the
North
Rattlers
Canyon
on the
7.
board now, 49-7 here with 3:06 remaining in our third quarter. We'll take a brief commercial timeout and return for more Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network.
Keep a team or a crowd. Raising Cane's has your game.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
See the mayor again.
Oh, yeah.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995. But hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona High School football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Something to build on, man.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
We welcome you back to Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network, 49-7, with the North Canyon Rattlers trailing the Skyline Coyotes. So glad you joined us here this evening. Don't forget, tomorrow night, once again, we fire it up for another edition of the Friday Night Red Zone. Some great matchups tomorrow night included in our Great 8, and we'll cover those here in just a little bit during the third and fourth quarter of this game here this evening.
Friday Night Football, James. What more could you ask for on one of the most special nights of the week?
Very true, Ed. It's so much fun. And I tell you, if you've never been involved with it or been on the field for some Friday Night Football, that's even better.
Here's his kick is down at the 39-yard line. Where Skyline will
Taking
take
a
over
look
first
at that
and
Great
10.
8 real quick we got going on tomorrow. 3 games I'm looking forward to. That Central Mountain Point game is going to be
Yes.
exciting, although
Yes.
still no word on if Christian Clark will go ahead and start tomorrow. Still dealing with that injury he got from Desert Edge and Higley facing off against each other. I think for Desert Edge, if you don't win this game, you might not make the Open Division. So there's a good one there. And then a good one between 2A and 3A school. It's Valley Christian versus Scottsdale Christian. That's going to be a great one.
That's going to be a slugfest out there off of Tatum and Greenway in Phoenix. Under 2.5 minutes remaining now in our third quarter here. A lot of good games tomorrow night. That's not the only good games tomorrow night. There's a ton of good stuff tomorrow night. Globe at Miami is another going to be a good one there in the 2A. So we'll have to peek in on the professionals. They'll be up there off the 60, scrambling through the traffic. That is Mason Davidson, the freshman quarterback, getting it done there for the Coyotes.
Okay, I see Davidson. I see Mason with those scoots, gets to the left side, and right off that left side, left guard and left tackle, he just gets up in there, gets a big gain of 9, James.
But once again, Ed, those big boys up front paving the way tonight for Skyline, and they got some pretty big guys up front
Yes,
for
sir,
Coach
they do.
Schiermeyer. 2nd and a yard here for the Coyotes. As we've almost reached the end of our third quarter here, just over 1.5 minutes remaining. They snap it, hand it off, breaking into the open, hurdling a defender, crossing the 40 and down to the 35-yard line.
Tackle made by number
Goes
21.
Aiden Smith. Isaiah Vasquez on the stop there
flags
for the
on the play.
Rattlers, and that was a tough stop there on Smith because he had the juice going on that run.
Yes, he did.
Holding is a call against the Coyotes.
Penalty flag against Skyline. So we'll get the official indication here in just a moment from Mr. Bill Goodlive, our referee this evening. Our AIA officiating crew, always under the direction of Mr. Brian Gessner. And so that will, looks like that foul is going to be against the Rattlers. They're moving Skyline's way here. Second down upcoming here. Well, no, they might reset it to a first down. They hand it off. Once again, Aiden Smith on the tote there for Skyline, and we reached the end of our third quarter. It's fourth quarter time here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us after this brief commercial timeout. We'll return for the fourth and final quarter from North Canyon High School here in Phoenix. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in 1 minute here on the Epic Sports Network.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Greatest workout! Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors. Tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to
fire up the lights, it's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday night.
We welcome you back for the fourth and final quarter here from North Canyon High School in Phoenix. The Coyotes on top of the Rattlers 49-7 as the Rattlers facing one more threat here from the Coyotes now on a 2nd down and 7. Play fake. And the ball nearly comes out. Put down a sack right there for Javin Herod. Zachary Rich in at quarterback here for Skyline. Seeing his first action of the season in 2023. .5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
If we can rewind to number 19, Mason Davidson, that was his first game ever dressing out as a quarterback.
No kidding.
In the sport of football.
How about that?
Congratulations to him.
Randy Branton back into the ballgame here for Skyline. And how about that defensive stop there
Cameron
for
Roberts,
North Canyon,
tackle.
number 99. Of course, I don't have him on the roster, but a great play nonetheless.
Yeah, to bring down number 25, Caleb Wheeler, the running back.
Flags on
If
the
we had
field.
number 99, we'd give him the props.
So the penalty
Face mask
flag
was
will
called
be
against
assessed to
the Coyotes.
Skyline.
Clock continues to run, James. About 10:40 to go under this running clock.
10 minutes before 9 p.m. local time here in the Valley of the Sun. We'll get you some more scoring updates here as this will be a fairly quick fourth quarter. Adam, what do you got for us when you have a moment, sir?
Well, I was just going to first start off where I might actually make my bedtime here tonight instead of having to drive home later. So this is going to be nice. I'm going to get a good night of sleep.
What is your official bedtime? Give it to us. What?
Well, it varies. It varies because, some nights we might have a 11:30 night or a midnight night, but 10:30 is that ideal get in bed asleep time.
It's not a bad little window right there. Out on the edge, room to run. The Skyline Coyotes across the 20-yard line.
Tackle made by Diego Parra.
And rumbling down the field, that was Jake Brown, 5'11", 190, and showing you a little bit of wheels out there on the edge.
Yeah,
Ed.
just dangerous when Randall Brent can get it to him out there in the edge, out in space, and Brown follows his receivers. He tiptoes down the edge of that sideline, gets a huge gain for Skyline.
We've, in fact, got our first final of the night here. Push Ridge Christian Academy with a 28-13 win over Catalina Foothills. ALA Gilbert North with a 49-0 lead over Paradise Valley in the fourth quarter. Veritas with a 28-14 lead over Shadow Mountain in the third quarter. Thunderbird with a 40-8 lead over Glendale in the third quarter. Desert Mountain still with their 21-6 lead over Cactus in the third. And Pinnacle upping their lead to 20-0 in the fourth quarter. And, of course, Saguaro having their bounce-back week now up to 34-3 in the fourth quarter against Shadow Ridge.
The Saguaro SaberCats bouncing back there, as you mentioned, Adam. This one now complete out in the flat, changing hands wisely across the 30-yard line, blasted out of bounds near the 40.
Josh Jaffe,
Stopped
taken
the
out of
play
bounds
there
around
by
the 40-yard line.
And that was the big fella, Joshua
of
Jaffe,
about
just
15,
rumbling down
and
the
that's
field
another
there.
North Canyon
It takes
Rattlers
multiple
first
bodies,
down.
as you say, Ed, to get that gentleman on the ground.
Absolutely. You better believe it. 5'11", 220 Joshua Jaffe is. Man, he's a big target. He gets out there in space on that right side and just continues to rumble down the sidelines.
Taking on all comers right there is Joshua Jaffe. First down and 10, the Rattlers move the sticks here. As we approach 8 minutes remaining in our ball game. 3-by-1 on the outside now. Brown flips it, goes to the air. He's got a man, and it's nearly complete at the 20-yard line. Trying to connect with Javin Herod.
Javon Hurd.
And Drew Moore back there in coverage. And number 10 also coming in there to help, Sean Saxon. That was great defensive back play there for the Coyotes.
Oh, for a second you thought Brown could have had Herod right there, but as you mentioned, just the really good coverage back there by the secondary to stick with Herod all the way down there. But that would have been a huge gain if North Canyon could have gotten it completed.
And you like to see North Canyon taking a couple shots down the football field right here.
Yeah, you're down
You'd
42.
love to see it.
You're down 42. What else are you going to do?
A swing pass. That's what. Out into the flat now and dropped as he approaches the 40-yard line.
Takes it out to the 40-yard line.
That was Colin Ferris on the reception and Tristan Harrington on the drop there for the Skyline Coyotes. Nice play there in open space there. 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Third and 8 upcoming here for North Canyon. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Ashton Brown. He looks to throw, comes near side with it. He's got a receiver across the 50-yard line. Breaking tackles down to the 40 and across the 40 goes Angel Jones.
Taken down at the 40-yard line, but that's
Jones making a name for himself here in this third and now into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, as North Canyon kind of speeds up their pace on offense, speeds up their tempo. Great second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th effort by Angel Jones to get that first down.
You're not kidding. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Brown and movement up front. As you saw Langston Asante get out of his stance there, the 6'5 sophomore checking in at 350, Ed.
It's a big fella.
Hard to miss that guy moving early right there.
Yes.
So he'll back him up 5 yards, and this will be a first down and 15 here now for the Rattlers.
We got some beef on that team. Zion Carrillo, number 57, nose guard. He's 5'9", 360. They've got some big fellas on this team.
Goodness.
Wow.
360, 5'9". Man alive. They go to the air. It falls incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Angel Jones once again, the hot hand right now for the North Canyon Rattlers. And now it'll be a 3rd and 15 here. And anticipate one more shot down the field coming up.
Even though you're down 42, you've got a running clock. The game is absolutely in doubt. You really like the fact that North Canyon is continuing to force the issue, force the football down the field. James, move with some more tempo and some more pace. Because again, what else are you going to do? You're going to try to drive down there, hopefully get another score or two before the game's over.
3-by-1 on the outside now, as my mic was on top of my head there for a moment. Movement early once again. I don't see any penalty flags. Oh, there's a false start.
False start is called
says
against
Mr.
the
Bill
Rattlers.
Goodlive. So that'll back him up even more, and the clock continues to wind here as we approach 4.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Gentlemen, one more time, next week we'll be coming to you from Cienega High School down in Vail, Arizona.
Well, 2 of us will.
Well, 2 of us will. That's right.
Yeah. Adam's got school the next day.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate,
really is
Adam.
unfortunate.
It truly is unfortunate. I can't even tell you how unfortunate it is, but you know what? We might be able to set it up where I could get you remoted into that computer. You could run that thing from the house.
We'll see.
That is a sack in the backfield right there. Number 69 for the Skyline Coyotes doing damage, Ethan Dunn. 6'1", 200 pounds, and I think he swam over that offensive guard, got there, and made the play.
Yeah, you're right. That was a great swim move by number 69. Came into the game with 1.5 sacks. Now that's 2.5 as he gets right to Brown and brings him down for the sack, forcing a 3rd and 25 situation for the Rattlers.
I haven't used it yet, but we still got time. 3rd and Tonopah here for the North Canyon Rattlers. 3-by-1 on the outside. Adam, have you ever been to Tonopah Valley High School, my friend?
Never heard of it.
Well, we're going to have to get them on Thursday Night Football then next year. They go deep. It falls incomplete into double coverage. He was trying to find Alex Serrano, but just too much defensive backs back there for Skyline.
It was too much Drew Moore and also too much Sean Saxton back there double covering the wide receiver. Great coverage there by their defensive backs. Even up 42, you're still continuing to push that pressure defensively and stick to your wide receivers.
Clock runs as we approach 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth. 4th and 25 now here. As you see the visiting fans over there traveling pretty well tonight, I would say, from Skyline. What's that, about an hour and a half, says Coach, from the current location up here just off Union Hills and 16th Street. Brown doing a nice job on escaping the pocket there and finding somehow Colin Ferris. How about the play a penalty flag on the play. Maybe we might have a little rough in the passer there, gentlemen.
40. We have a flag behind the play.
Ashton Brown standing tall there and making a play for his North Canyon Rattlers.
Yeah, great job.
You got to admire it.
Yeah, great job by Brown moving around in the pocket. Number 50, Brandon Santa Rosa, was coming after him. He was on his heels, but Brown was able to scoot away, get away from him, and throw the football away.
And even though it looks like there was a penalty on the play, I just don't think it's going to be enough yards for North Canyon to be able to come out and get a first down. So looks like that might be it here tonight with 2 minutes of running clock.
So we get you down to the sideline there for a moment to check out some of that. The cheer squad doing a great job. It was great to get to talk with the cheer coach, Diana Nelson, during the halftime. It was great. Diana Nichols. I was close with the N. I almost had it.
You almost had it.
Diana Nichols joining us here at halftime, and she keeps all these ladies in line and does a great job here for the cheer squad.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, an integral part of what they do here at North
Canyon.
It really is. In every high school, not just North Canyon.
It's part of the whole experience, along with the band as well.
Yeah.
The band doing a great job here tonight. I see some orange drum heads down here, Adam. Did you check those out?
I mean, Adam knows it well because he's a band member himself, a former marching band member.
Former, yes.
There's never any former. There's always,
Well, I still get in and play every now and then. You gotta. It's a talent.
Yeah, you
I
can
always still have it with me. It'll never fade
you can
away.
never lose the skill, right? That's a good song.
I'm liking those drum heads right there, Adam.
Next week,
Those rainbow colored.
They're sounding nice.
They're sounding nice. This comes from James, a current drummer at his church.
Yeah,
play drums too.
Do you?
Yeah, he plays the church as well.
Oh.
What church you go to, Adam?
Risen Savior Lutheran Church on Alma School and Chandler Heights.
Okay, very out there.
Shout out to them.
Alma School and Chandler.
That's out there, brother. Goodness.
Man, that's a solid hour.
That's
from here,
my
right?
At least.
That's my city, man. Chandler.
If it's an hour from here, it's 2
Down
hours
the
from me.
Fort Ado,
Mr.
Chandler Unified
C-
School District.
Mr. Seatown.
Oh yeah,
Goodness.
we got all of them out there.
That's 2 hours
The
from
Wolves,
Goodyear.
the Huskies, the Bears, the Colts.
You ain't kidding.
Everybody's out there, huh?
Everyone's out there.
A minute 38 remaining here. Once again, we shout out our Epic Sports Network crew doing a great job here. Mr. Ed Cole, Adam Beadle, Alexis Weissar up top, Jamal Gump with us, and Sonia Tellez doing a great job for us, giving you all those highlights on Twitter. Make sure and follow us on Twitter at Epic Sports TV. Unfortunately, Epic Sports Network was taken, and of course, no activity on that account for, 10 years or so.
Sure.
Maybe I need to reach out to Elon.
Maybe Elon could do something about that.
Why do you take it and not use it?
I know, right? Come on. 2x2 on the outside here for the Rattlers. And it still feels weird to say Rattlers so many times tonight, Ed. I got to be honest.
you're not a Rattlers guy.
No, we're anti-Rattlers,
No,
actually.
We're Wranglers, guys.
We're Wranglers, gentlemen, up here. A loss on the play there after the Skyline defense was bearing down that time. So I would say one, maybe two more plays here for North Canyon, and this thing should be all but wrapped up. Two by two on the outside now for Ashton Brown. Brown loads up, goes up top with it. He's got a receiver in the area. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find Alex Serrano and Drew Moore out there locked on the wide receiver.
Yeah, Serrano and Moore locked up for a second. Serrano got around Drew Moore, but by that time he got around him, the ball was already past him.
3rd and 15 now. This will probably be all she wrote here tonight from North Canyon High School in Phoenix. 30 seconds and counting here in the ball game. Ashton Brown 2x2 on the outside now on 3rd and 15. Shotgun snap, the protection holds. Over the middle, it falls incomplete. The pass was too tall for what was the intended target, Joshua Jaffe. And the last 10 seconds will run off the clock here as the Skyline Coyotes will improve to 3-1 on the season before an epic game next week as they will face off against the Central Bobcats and one.
Thank you everybody for attending tonight's game. We ask that you clear
that
the
gentleman
bleachers
is
quickly
hard to
here,
stop
and if
as
you can
well.
help
That's
our
going to be
cleaning staff
a
by
fun game to watch,
picking
and
up the
that
trash
might
around
be
you. We appreciate
one of
it.
those
Thank
featured
you.
game next week's on the Friday Night Red Zone. We will have to see for sure. Once again, our final score here tonight from North Canyon High School in Phoenix, 49-7. And no doubt our Burrito Express player of the game, Mr. Jordan Blake.
Oh, absolutely.
No
Great
question.
performance by Jordan Blake.
So we're going to have to get him up here
No-brainer.
for a little post-game interview. So I'll start working on that right now. Unless you want to run down there and see if you can get him at him, that would be great. I really appreciate it, and so do my knees. We'll take a quick commercial timeout here on the Epic Sports Network, and when we return, we will catch up with Mr. Jordan Blake. 5 touchdowns here tonight, Ed. 4 on the ground and 1 through the air for Jordan Blake.
He was spectacular.
He was indeed. Stay with us, more Thursday Night Football post-game style here for you on the Epic Sports Network, and we will catch up with the Burrito Express player of the game, Mr. Jordan Blake. Stay with us.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors. Tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express.
Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona high school football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love, and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors. Tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least GEICO makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
With 6 Valley locations, Burrito Express is your place to go for the best burrito in town. This is Burrito Express. Burrito Express has been your local burrito joint since 1995, but hey, don't just take our word for it. Ask the mayor of Arizona high school football himself.
Chicken Burrito Supreme, that is my go-to. Can't go wrong with Burrito Express.
Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
Skyline Coyotes improved to 3-1 on the season after their 49-7 victory over the homestanding North Canyon Rattlers. It was the Jordan Blake show. He came in with 11 rushing touchdowns. Now he's up to 15. Add one more receiving touchdown to that. He had 5 touchdowns on the night. Jordan Blake did. He was spectacular in a 49-7 victory. Adam Beadle was efforting to get him. He's going to be up here in a minute, but we just wanted to come back and give you a score and an update on that. Next week, Skyline, if you want to look ahead, next Friday, they host ALA Gilbert North and North Canyon. They will travel to Canyon, so they'll take on Cameron Athey and Cam Allen, that young, phenomenal freshman phenom quarterback.
And you talk about an offense to be reckoned with. It's that Central Bobcat offense under Coach Chandler Hovick.
Yep.
We had the pleasure of having them on last week, as you are well aware, folks, here on the Epic Sports Network when we were out at Dobson and Central. So we just about got Jordan Blake up here. Let's take another commercial timeout, and when we return, the Burrito Express MVP, Mr. Jordan Blake, will join us here on the program. Stay with us.
Fire up the lights. It's high school football. Streaming live on EasyTV.com. Friday Night Red Zone brings you all the action from divisions across the state. See your kids, your neighbors, tomorrow's stars today. Friday Night Red Zone on EasyTV.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back here on the Epic Sports Network for the postgame show. We're pleased now to be joined by running back number 24, our Burrito Express player of the game, Mr. Jordan Blake. 5 touchdowns tonight, Jordan. 4 of those on the ground, 1 receiving touchdown. You guys dominated here tonight over North Canyon. Just talk about your team's performance.
We were pretty sound. We got off to an early lead, and we just kept it going, kept the momentum, kept scoring, and just did our job. Everybody did their job well tonight.
Jordan, when you get that first touchdown, how much do you want that second one, that third one, that fourth one that you ran in, and, of course, the one you caught from your quarterback, Randall Branton?
When I get the first one, I just want to keep going, and I don't want to get out. I just want to keep scoring.
How about your offensive line? You had some holes tonight that maybe Ed and I could have ran through if necessary, but those guys really get it done because you couldn't do any of that stuff if you didn't have those running lanes.
Yep. They're one of the best in the state, one of the best whole line in the state, and I want to thank them because they helped me each game to do what I do and get all the yards and touchdowns that I get.
Jordan, what is it about your ability to come off and in 4 games you've got 15 touchdowns and you've got, I'm sure, probably close to 700 yards rushing. You've got top numbers in the state. What is it about you and your running ability and your athletic ability as a whole to be able to do what you do every week?
I think I'm just a playmaker, and I think that comes with Kobe being my favorite athlete, and he didn't let no one stop him. He did what he did daily, and he just knew he was the greatest when he was out there on the court, like I do when I'm out there on the field.
I mean, you talk about the Black Mamba. That guy got it done like no other. When it comes to the game of football, is there a running back that you kind of pattern yourself after? Maybe a guy at the NFL level or maybe another level that you kind of say, I kind of tailor my game like that guy does?
Probably like Marshawn Lynch.
Okay.
Beast
mode.
Marshawn Lynch.
That's why he's got number 24. That's what Beast Mode
right.
wore.
Now, do you eat Skittles too like Marshawn, or what's up there?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? All right. He likes to chug those.
Yeah.
Even during the game, he'll be hitting a bag of Skittles.
Yes.
You see that, right, Ed?
That's a talent. Jordan, speaking of talent, when you're running and you see these holes, you get that first touchdown, and it just kind of spirals out of control for a defense. Do you feel yourself getting stronger each and every drive you go out there? I know your desire is out there. Again, once you get that first one, like you said, you want to get that second one, that third one, that fourth one. You don't want to come off the field.
Yep. What was the question?
Just your desire, and as the game goes on, do you feel yourself getting stronger and your ability and your power? Because I compare your engine to like a Ferrari engine. The way you run the football, once you kick it into gear, you're almost unstoppable.
Yeah, I just keep going, keep the same mentality every time I run the ball, and nothing changes when I run. No matter what quarter, what play, what down, nothing changes.
How many times did you get to full speed tonight? We talked about it a couple times on the broadcast.
Yeah.
It looks like you might be kind of sitting in second. Maybe every once in a while you shifted into third gear, but I never really saw you get into fourth or fifth tonight.
And before you answer, there was one run when you ran on the right side. It looked like you were just kind of leisurely galloping, but it still looked like it was a powerful run. Talk about more about kicking it into gear, kind of slowing it down, just your pace, the way you run the football.
You got a little purple on the jersey tonight, so I know you took a little bit of contact.
Yeah. I think that's just my patience and knowing where to go when I have the ball in my hands, and I don't think I got to like full speed tonight like I wanted to, but I think I had some pretty good runs when I was
Have you gotten to full speed this season yet?
I think, yeah, I got to full speed. Westwood, that 86-yard touchdown.
86-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to clock that thing. I got a group that we're working with. We're trying to bring them in here. It's called Real Analytics, where they measure the actual miles per hour that someone's running the football or whatever. And we're going to have to take a look at that, because I think I would love to see you get into fourth and even fifth gear.
Jordan, do you think you could ever get to Tyreek Hill speed? Could you get to 25 miles an hour?
That's pretty fast, but I think I'm up there. Top speed.
He can move, and the more important part of that, he knows how to run behind those pads.
Absolutely.
Number 24. Jordan Blake, the Burrito Express Player of the Game, joining us here. One more question from Ed Cole.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how does it feel to be 3-1? You're off to a really good start in your first quarter of the season. First third to a quarter of the season. It's a really good start for you guys. You got a good big one next week, ALA Gilbert North. You're going to host those guys. So to get a victory here on the road and get ready for ALA Gilbert North next week.
Yeah, we just want to add to the win column every week, and once we get the win, we celebrate. But then it's on to the next week. We can't hang our heads on this one too long. We got to move on to the next opponent.
How has it been playing for Coach Schiermeyer, and really the culture change that he's implemented there at Skyline, especially as it relates to the football program?
It's been great. It's been great. I love Coach. I love the staff that he brought in. Every single one of the coaches, they're great. And I just wish I had some more time with them.
Got to be fun to be in this offense, right?
Yep.
It just features your skill set.
Yep.
We so appreciate you joining us here, Jordan, and we look forward to following you throughout the season. I mean, I say, 2 more games in, he'll be over the 1,000-yard mark or so, or maybe he's close to that thing tonight.
At this
I'd
rate,
have to look and see.
At this rate, he may get it next Friday against LA Gilbert North.
No kidding. The Burrito Express Player of the Game joining us here on the postgame show, and that will do it here for us from North Canyon High School in Phoenix. Final score, these Skyline Coyotes getting the win 49-7 tonight over the North Canyon Rattlers. Jordan Blake joining us here
on
the postgame show. Thank you. Get on back there
Thank
so you don't miss that ride out to East Mesa. And we will conclude the broadcast here in just a moment on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us more as we wrap up tonight's Thursday Night Football matchup between the Rattlers and the Coyotes.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here. Our final score tonight on Thursday Night Football, the Skyline Coyotes 49-7, an impressive performance to say the least. 5 touchdowns for the Burrito Express player of the game, Jordan Blake. And you somehow knew that this gentleman was going to get off this year, and he's done so. Got to be near the 7, maybe 800 yards after tonight.
After today, absolutely 7. But to get 4 more rushing touchdowns, he's up to 15 over the first 4 games of this season. He is off to a record-setting pace, James. And what a humble young man. He sits down here and he just says he channels his inner Kobe, channels his inner Black Mamba. And when he gets out there, he looks like Kobe on the football field.
And you know what else was amazing, Ed? When he got up here, he didn't even look tired.
No.
After 5 like he looked like I might have played about a quarter and a half or so, and then coach gave me the hook because I didn't want to get me hurt. But like I said, I can't really wait to see this guy get to full speed. We might get to see some of that next week against those ALA Gilbert North Eagles.
That is a scary thing. He said, I don't think I was even in probably 2nd or 3rd gear today. But to you and I, it looked like he was in 7th gear.
It did. It really did. And he's got that deceptive speed, and then when he hits you with that power, look out.
Yes. Good night.
Once again, our final score here tonight from North Canyon High School, 49-7. The North Canyon Rattlers fall to the visiting Skyline Coyotes. Next week, we will join you from Pima County, a road trip down there to Vail, Arizona. It'll be the Cienega Bobcats and the McClintock Chargers. For our Epic Sports Network crew here on site tonight, my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole, I'm James Poovey saying so long. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and don't forget, tune in tomorrow night as we bring you the Friday Night Red Zone. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.